fellow boxing fans, and welcome back to another prediction video. I know it's at least been 2 weeks since I posted a video, but life has just been so crazy. And by the time I sit down to have a little free time, I'm so exhausted, I can't even think or do anything else. So I do apologize for the delay. My energy has just been zapped, but I'm about to make up for lost time. So I'm about to fulfill all these requests. I've looked them all over, and so I'm coming up with a plan to put them all out in a timely manner. So I do appreciate your patience. And I'm going to kick this off with Tim Witherspoon versus Andrew Golota, going out to Peter Garcia. And Peter Garcia has sent me a few good ones. I'm going to knock those out as well as yours. And so, Tim Witherspoon versus Andrew Golota, going out to Peter Garcia. And I really like this fight because these are two hard-hitting heavyweights. Now, we know that Andrew Golota, he had some mental issues that hindered his career a little bit. But when Andrew Golota was on his game, he was a dangerous fighter. Extremely heavy-handed, extremely tough, extremely powerful. But he just couldn't get out of his own head for whatever reason. But he does have some good wins. And he's been in there with the best fighters. Andrew Golota has an excellent 1-2 punch combination. Has a good jab. And just a very solid fighter. I do feel like he could have done more. He had more potential had he been in the right headspace during his career, and maybe he needed different trainers, different managers. Who knows? I'm just throwing things out there. But Andrew Golota was a very dangerous fighter, very tough, just wasn't in the right headspace to really reach his potential, in my opinion. Tim Witherspoon, very tough, explosive, hard-hitting fighter. One of the best overhand rights, if not the best overhand right I've ever seen. And I consider Tim Witherspoon a heavyweight blood and guts warrior. And he fought in that era to where the heavyweights, they were cut, they were chiseled, they were small. And those heavyweights back then just went at it. They were so tough, they were so intense, they were so fierce. And they didn't appear to be afraid of each other. They weren't afraid to fight. They weren't afraid to fight. They fought often. All the best heavyweights fought one another. And I consider Tim Witherspoon a great finisher. Once he had you in trouble, I mean, he went in for the kill. So, Tim Witherspoon is definitely the better fighter mentally. I can see Andrew Golota having some moments. Especially if he establishes his jab, if he gets Tim Witherspoon against the ropes, start letting his combinations fly, go to the body. And Andrew Golota himself has a decent overhand right. Now, I may get in some trouble for saying this, but I'm a close observer of these fights when I watch them, and I notice things that others don't notice, or even if they do notice them, they're not acknowledging them. But Andrew Golota had some moments against Mike Tyson. Go back and watch the fight. He had some moments when he would let his hands go, when he would pump his jab, and when he would counter Tyson. But I guess he lost his nerve when he felt Tyson's power. But if Andrew Golota was in the right headspace, and some say that he was injured going into that fight, I don't know. But he gave Tyson a little trouble. Just a little, not too much, but it just got overshadowed by the drama of that fight, by the drama of Andrew Golota resigning in the fight. And so it is what it is. But Andrew Golota, I believe, is better than most people think that he is. Very hard-hitting fighter. The guy had power. And maybe if he had better head movement, like I said, I don't know. But this is a solid fight. And if Andrew Golota fights Tim Witherspoon the same way he fought John Ruiz, I think he may have a good chance in this fight. He would have to push Tim Witherspoon back. And I feel that Andrew Golota was robbed in that fight with John Ruiz, by the way. Knocked the guy down twice, and he outscored him, in my opinion. But that was so long ago. Now, Tim Witherspoon himself is a great pressure fighter. So I would see both of these guys trying to stand their ground, trying to push the other back. But Tim Witherspoon had the better combinations. And as I said, he was tougher mentally. So I feel that at some point, Andrew Golota would lose his nerve in this fight. Because Tim Witherspoon, as I said, was just so explosive. I mean, he was there to fight. He was there to take you out and to take your head off. So Andrew Golota might have a few good moments early in the fight. But I just feel that going down the stretch, especially in the middle rounds, that Tim Witherspoon would prove to be just a little much for Andrew Golota. So I'm going to go with Tim Witherspoon by mid-round knockout. Let's say around 5 or 6. Those are my thoughts. Please let me know what you think. I will see you soon. I promise.